Okay, I think we're on the air. Okay. Oops. Having a little technical difficulties here. So let's. Okay, we're a little less than 2 weeks before Christmas. I thought I would put a little happy jolly music on. I'm all decorated in the back, as you see. If I remove some of my graphics, you'll see even more. But it's December 12th. It's a little cloudy out today. Probably going to be in the 60s, but Monday is going to get cold, so things should be feeling more Christmassy then. So that's what's going on right now. So let's get ready for our show, okay? So it's time for Okay, we're back, and that's what we're going to discuss today. Um, how a buyer can win in the seller's market, which we're having right now. And if you watched last week's show, sort of goes hand in hand with what we're going to discuss today. The very common questions. I went to a Facebook group of first-time home buyers, and I saw a lot of the questions that they asked. And actually, these groups are good because you learn so much more, and there's a lot of questions. First-time home buyers, and even people who have bought in the past. There are many questions that they all have, and we dealt with a couple of them last week. I might show snippets of that on social media, the questions and then the answers. And it worked out pretty well. But this week, we're going to show how to win in the seller's market. Okay, and because a lot of buyers are a little concerned right now because number one, there isn't that much inventory out there, and number two, there's a lot of competition for some homes. But before we go deeper into that, Leonard, it looks like you might be. Let's see, you are you at the Big Bass Pro Shop?
Good morning, Chris. Yes, I am at the Bass Pro Shop at the Powhatan Power Plant location in Hampton. Children are able to take photos with Santa. Not to worry, Santa is behind a plexiglass screen and wearing a mask. No worries. Back in the former Soviet Union, we were afraid of any man wearing red, if you know what I mean.
Well, it looks beautiful there. That's the Big Bass Pro Shop in Hampton at the Powhatan Power Plant. And I was actually there yesterday as well. It's beautiful in there, and it's very festive. And there are different activities for the children. And what I'm going to do right now, there's and I'll blow it up a little bit more. let's see. If I do this way, nope, not like that. Okay, let's see. There's my daughter with her son taking a picture with Santa, and let me see if I can make him big. A little bit closer here. Let's see. I want to. Okay. Now, we said today that and let me move down from the silly graphic of me. Okay. And we go to what we're going to discuss today: winning as a buyer in the seller's market. And just to give you a little bit of a background, and I've discussed it many times on the live streams that I've been doing, and I've actually done quite a few by now. But there's a current theme right now in the last few months is that we have a lot of qualified buyers out there, and the buyers that are looking now are really serious, especially it's during the holiday season. So if they're out there looking now and not holding it off into January, they really want a home. They really want to start the new year in a brand new home. So on the buyer side, it's strong, okay, and for the momentum right now. Now on the seller side, it's a seller's market because number one, there aren't that many listings out there, okay, and because of the limited amount of listings out there, when you have a small supply or inventory and demand is strong, then prices will go up. All right. So for sellers, is a great time. Values have gone up, and there are many buyers in the market, and many of these homes are going into contract within 24 hours. And not only are they going into contract, but they're having multiple offers on it. So it's definitely a seller's market, and we have people out there looking, and they want to buy, and they want to be in the house by the beginning of the year for whatever reason, and they're concerned about how do I win in this very competitive market. And we're going to go over that now. I'm actually, let's see. Let me blow this one up so it's larger so you could see all the print there. And let's see. Okay, what I'm going to do, let's see. Let me shut me off. so you see me, and let's make it more, okay. All right. And this is so important. And I've talked about this almost on every live stream broadcast about first, you need to be, here they use the word pre-approved. I'm going to say pre-qualified. And just to explain what's the difference. Pre-qualified is when you call one of my mortgage loan officers and you say, okay, I make $45,000 a year, and I have income coming from so and so, and additional income from here, blah blah blah. All right, and then they run your credit, and based upon that conversation, you've been pre-qualified. Now, pre-approval is when then you sit down with the loan officer and you bring in your W-2s, you bring in bank account statements, and they package it all together, and then they send it to the underwriter. And the underwriter is the one that's going to look at everything with a fine-tooth comb, or with a magnifying glass, or with a microscope, but they will check everything, that everything falls in order, and if there's any other type of questions that come about. One of the questions we took last week that was a common one on these first home buyer groups was that, my loan officer said that I was approved, everything was good, or I was pre-qualified. Now I'm getting a call from an underwriter, or the underwriter is telling my loan officer I have to bring this additional paperwork. And that happens. And it happens a good amount of times. Now, it might be for an outstanding debt that was might have been forgiven, or the debt was reduced to go to a final settlement, and they just have to clear that up. It's basically going and checking everything to the highest degree. The reason why too they're doing that, because they're trying to avoid the breakdown of the real estate, and mortgage industry of 2007, where they were writing too many mortgages for too many people who were not qualified. So to avoid that, they're getting more strict, and they just want proof of everything. They want to make sure that you as the buyer will not have any difficulties repaying your loan. So if you're getting a call from underwriter, it doesn't mean that your deal is dead. They just want additional information. So don't go crazy. Don't get nervous over that. All right. So, but I would like this to be done first. And I have so many people, I've been getting calls, I've been getting leads, and a lot of the leads that are coming out, they say, well, I want to move by April, I want to move by June. And they want to go see homes, but they're not talking to a loan officer. And this has to be done first. There's no cost for them, the loan officers, to pre-qualify you over the phone. There's no cost whatsoever. So don't think, I'm not going to move to June. Why am I going to pay for that? You're not paying for anything. But what I want to avoid is any bumps in the road, or any snags in it, that perhaps you can't be qualified now, pre-qualified. There's something else that you have to do. Maybe lower a credit line. I have one where he bought this extremely expensive truck, and it has a big payment on it. So this is an initial. There are different things. That may not be able to qualify you right now. So my point is that you need to do this as soon as possible. All right, and it's true. Like for instance, if you call me now and you want to look for a house, but you're not going to be moving until like June, and you might be approved now, but actually, if we start looking again, let's say around May, you would have to get a fresh pre-qualification. The pre-qualification is good for about 3 months. So you have to be pre-qualified again, but it's not a bad idea just to start now in case I've worked with people before in the past that they took 1 month to get their credit in order. Some took 3 months to do it. And sometimes when you talk to loan officers, they'll say you need about 6 months to lower your credit lines based upon your income to get in order. So it's best to get this found out as soon as possible. Okay? So that's most important, is to get that so we know how to proceed. All right? So that's how we beat the competition in today's market. It's mostly preparation, preparing. What they also add over here, and I'll just read, shop below your maximum price point. So let's say if a loan officer says you could afford a house up to $250,000, you might want to set your search, and I could do that as well with the houses that I send you. You could set it at 240, and the only reason why, because with this competitive market, you may have to bid above that to win it. Now, the house has to appraise for that amount. Let's say the asking price was $240,000. This multiple offer, so you say, I'll make it $245,000. Now, if you go for a loan that still has to appraise for that amount, for you to have the loan to pay to finance the entire amount. So it comes out to $240,000. The contract is for $245,000. There's a good chance that the seller will say, it's not guaranteed, but all right, I'll take $240,000. They might say, well, I'll stick at the $245,000, or they might say, I'll meet you at $243,000, and then you have to make up the difference. But it's a good idea to shop a little below your maximum price during this time period right now where we have a seller's market, so that you could bid a little bit more. But you just have to be aware of what might happen afterwards. If the house appraised lower, and the seller doesn't budge on that purchase price, then if you really want the house, you have to bring cash to the closing table. All right. Now, the other things I wanted to show on my blog. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. The new winter buyer and seller guides are out. And I'll just scroll down here to show you. Actually, I'm going to scroll up. Okay. Well, down. So the things to consider when buying a home. Okay. The winter 2021 edition. These are updated quarterly. So they really are fresh with new information. It's not stale. It's not outdated. It's dealing with current events. And then we also have things to consider when selling your house. So this is on my website. Oh, I'm sorry, my blog. And actually what I'm going to do, if I set this up correctly, let's go back to here. And I'm going to, let's see. Just hold on, and I'm going to get it up right here. And I'm going to put it here. And here's my blog site. I go this way and bring this. Okay, here I am. Okay. So that's it for today's show. Next Saturday is going to be the Saturday before Christmas. And I'm deciding whether or not to do just like a Christmas show, either that Saturday, this Saturday, or actually the following Saturday is the day after Christmas, but it's still Christmas. It's actually, if you're in Europe, it's Boxing Day. And I also believe that Christmas goes to January 6th. So I might do a special show on the 26th. But nonetheless, we'll do something. And I hope you could see all my nice Christmas decorations behind me. But I think right now, I'm hearing something from Leonard, our producer. Leonard, is there something going on?
Chris, great news. We have a famous celebrity in our audience. This young man was an American singer, musician, and actor known for his recording of the song I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus and other Christmas classics. Ladies and gentlemen, little Jimmy Boyd.
Wow, that was nice. I didn't. I remember seeing him on Ed Sullivan, and he hasn't aged a bit, which is fantastic. And again, if you have I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, if you hear the old version of it, you will hear young Jimmy Boyd sing it. All right. So again, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to repeat the show again tonight at 7. I think there's more people on social media then, so I hope to see you then. And in the meantime, be safe, be careful, wear your mask out there, keep social distance, wash your hands, and we're going to beat this thing. We're almost there. there's light at the end of the tunnel. So be well, and thanks for watching. Okay.